From Night of the Living Dead
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
to Shaun of the Dead. Zombies have been terrifying audiences for decades. And thanks to a new hit series, they are more popular than ever. Most people can tell you that zombies are undead, but is there more to it than that? What makes a zombie a zombie?
Oxford's English Dictionary actually doesn't have a definition for the zombie the way that we know it. So they only talk about the voodoo zombie, like this soulless slave that is not dangerous and doesn't want to eat you. So for Zombie Research Society, the definition we use is that a zombie is a relentlessly aggressive, reanimated human corpse driven by a biological infection.
Matt Mogk is a renowned zombie expert and author of the book Everything You Wanted to Know About Zombies. He founded the Zombie Research Society, which includes legendary filmmaker George Romero and a number of Ivy League scholars to advance the level of zombie awareness. So just how real is the zombie threat?
Unfortunately, it's much more possible than you might think. I spoke with a virologist at the University of Miami who's not into zombies, doesn't know anything about zombies. And if you talk about this living zombie sickness, like 28 Days Later or Zombieland, they were actually still alive too. They weren't, undead. She said we could create that virus in the lab today.
If the zombie pandemic is inevitable, what do you need to know to survive? Listen up, because what you don't know can eat you.
The one thing we can agree on is that people make zombies, right? So without people, there can't be any zombies. So any zombie survival plan, the first piece of advice I would say is go to a place where there aren't any people. Or if you have a plan, if my plan is I'm gonna go to Walmart and get all my stuff as soon as the zombies come, think, will anyone else wanna do the same thing, right? Because if other people are gonna be there, it's the last place you wanna be. If you're outside, the place you wanna go actually is a cemetery. Because if you look at a population density map, cemeteries in any city have the lowest population density of the whole area, right?
Which is kind of counterintuitive because...
Totally, but the thing about it is that zombies are biologically based, right? If you remember our definition, they're biologically based, so they're not like, you don't try to scientifically explain how a vampire can like climb on ceilings or turn into a bat or like go to your high school and steal your girlfriend, right? It's just all, that's like myth, But zombies are based in biology, so they don't have any greater ability than the human who used to occupy that body. You don't have a 78-year-old man in a wheelchair who gets bitten by a zombie and then all of a sudden gets up and starts running around. He's gonna be a weak zombie in a wheelchair. Zombies don't rise from graves. That's one of the biggest misconceptions. Right?
My friends and I had this debate on how exactly zombies hunt. I mean,
Right.
Is it sound? I mean, some of them are missing like half their face. So how do they find you?
Right. If you think about it in the movies, it's all different ways, right? AMC's The Walking Dead. Right now, they hunt by sense of smell and some other ways, but in the first season, they cover themselves in zombie guts and they can kind of walk around. Or Shaun of the Dead, they hunt by sight, right? Mm-hmm. So they can walk like zombies and kind of get away with it. The most compelling theory that I've heard is based on the hunting habits of the Etruscan shrew, which is the smallest predatory mammal on the planet, and it hunts by sense of touch. It's unique in that way. So if we think about that in terms of zombies, right? If zombies hunt by sense of touch, it would answer a couple questions that I've always been really confused about. One is, we think zombies don't work together, right? It's not thought that like if you and I are zombies, we go to a house and I go, hey, I'll run around the back and cover the back door and you scare them out, from the front door and then I'll get to eat them, right? They don't work together. So why are they always walking around in big hordes? Well, if they hunt by sense of touch, I would be a zombie and I'd see you like across the street and I go, oh, maybe I want to eat that. And I'd go over there and I'd touch you and go, oh no, your flesh is cold, you're a cold-blooded creature, you don't feel anything like a living human. So no, we don't want to eat each other. So then the two of us happen to be next to each other, walking down the street looking for someone else to eat. Repeat that 1,000 times, you have a horde of 1,000 zombies walking down the street just next to each other looking for someone to eat. It would also explain why they're always thought to have their arms out, right? You always see it like that. Like, why are zombies always reaching around? I mean, if they hunt by smell, they'd be like, they wouldn't. Why would you have your arms out? And if you hunt by sight, again, there's no reason. But they're kind of always processing their world through reaching at stuff.
So what's the best weapon then in a zombie attack?
Well, kind of the famous line that a lot of zombie enthusiasts like is blades don't need reloading, right? Mm-hmm. And so the idea is that obviously if you have a firearm, which seems like in video games and movies would be the thing you want, right? Shoot them in the head, that you're gonna run out of ammunition. And then, a shotgun without any shells is like a stick, and it's not even a good stick. I really like to keep it simple and go for bludgeon weapons, like something like a baseball bat or a steel pipe, something really, really basic. And part of that is that I'm never going to want to be killing a zombie all the way. If you think about Shaun of the Dead, he had the cricket bat, right?
Exactly.
But the way he used it was he would run out of the apartment complex and hit one zombie and just sort of keep going. He didn't sit around to kill that zombie, right? It's just sort of it's a weapon to deter people and to get away, not to really fight.
To learn more about zombies, pick up a copy of Matt's book, Everything You Wanted to Know About Zombies, or visit the Zombie Research Society at zombieresearch.org. We here at PJTV are ready. Are you?